Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Pup coming back with week 2 of the GWA Season 7. This week we are taking on Steve SBU. He has some great content on his channel, so make sure you guys go check it out. But we have it out for ourselves this week because we are facing Palafin. It's a really scary team, something that I won the GWA with, so it's going to be really tough to be able to take them out. But if you guys do enjoy the Draft League content, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get into our team. First of all, we've got to talk about what Steve has on their side. I already mentioned the Palafin, but they have Iron Treads, a great rapid spinner, one of the best in the game. They have Latios, which is super scary, especially with like a Soldu set. I think Choice Scarf or Choice Specs will look really solid in this game as well, with that 110 base speed that speed tiles a lot of my fast threats. They also have Weavile, which is the fastest thing on the field. If it gets up to +2, it can honestly just win the game. I do have an Avalugg and an Iron Hands that take on their hits decently well, but if those Pokemon get chipped down, then it's easy for them to sweep with that Pokemon. They have Raikou, which is also insanely fast, but I don't think it does too much to my team. I have a lot of pretty good answers to that Pokemon, so I don't expect it to come. Sylveon is really solid here, being a nice Wish Passer, especially for Treads that they might want to switch into a lot, maybe on like my Torn or my Screamtail. So I could see that Pokemon coming for sure. They have Arboliva here. I feel like this Pokemon is a lock to come as one of their 2 Terra Captains. Terra Poison or Terra Fairy are both really good. I think that Terra Poison and any sort of strength set to try to beat my my Iron Hands looks really solid in this game, but Terra Fairy could be solid as well. That's why I'm going to bring Heavy Slam on that Pokemon for coverage. They also have Colossal, which is a good spinner, also a great spike stacker if they want to do that, but they saw me run Mono Boots last week, so I doubt we see spikes on that Pokemon, but if they do bring it, we can get punished because I'm not bringing a single boot this week. They also have Drifblim, which is scary. I think it's pretty solid into my hands as well. Just being able to obviously be immune to like a Drain Punch sort of thing, and be decently fast, faster than my hands for sure, and be able to click Strength Sap is really tough for me to deal with. And they have Revavrim, which can set up T-Spikes, which destroy my entire team when I'm not bringing Iron Moth. They also can set up pretty easily with a Shift Gear and hit me really hard. They have good coverage for basically my entire team with stuff like High Horsepower that hits my Kingambit and hits the Iron Hands, and then they have obviously their Gunk Shot and their Iron Head that hit pretty hard on my team. First up on my side is going to be a Terra Fairy Avalugg. I don't really have to click Terra Fairy in this matchup, but it makes it a solid 50-50 if we are ever in front of Weavile that maybe wants to click Low Kick or Poison Jab versus us. It's also pretty decent to try to take a Draco Meteor if we see like a Specs or Scarf Latios. But it's pretty solid as well. Recover Body Press, Avalanche, Rapid Spin to get away any hazards, and then we're Rocky Helmet to take care of a Palafin. I really do expect some sort of special or maybe even mixed Palafin to come in this game. I used that a decent bit when I had that Pokemon. I think it's really solid here. But on the off chance that they're just like Banded Jet Punch, I really just needed to have Avalugg here. But it also takes on like Triple Axle from that Weavile, being able to resist it because Ice is the best defensive typing in the world. But yeah, really solid Pokemon in this game. We also have an AV Torn with a decent amount of defense investment. We're faster than everything on their team besides the Weavile. And we're just able to hit everything decently hard. I mean, Bleak Wind is super free versus them. They have a couple of resists, but the things that resist don't want to take Heat Wave that well. Also, nothing on their team really wants to get knocked off. We have some nice momentum with U-Turn. We also have a Yache Berry Ogerpon with a little bit of HP investment, but mostly just like an attacking variant. Stomping Tantrum hits the Revavrim. I can be able to catch that Pokemon off guard if they don't expect it. Also, the Colossal if they are not Terra'd or if they don't click Terra on that turn. Ivy Cudgel just hits their team incredibly hard. They don't really have a good switch in. And then we have Synthesis, just in case we're in front of something like Treads that can't really touch me too much. I can always get my HP back versus that Pokemon. And then the Yache Berry, it helps me live an Ice Shard always from Weavile. We'll obviously not live a Triple Axle because Yache only hits the first move. But it also makes us eat a Ice Punch from Palafin. Next up, we do have a Covert Cloak Screamtail. This is my designated Latios check. Covert Cloak makes it so Luster Purge cannot lower my Spadef, and that's just an issue if they're like, I don't know, Life Orb, Luster Purge plus Shadow Ball. Just can be a little bit annoying for my team to deal with, so I have that. It also deals with the Sylveon decently well. Even if they're Choice Specs, I should be able to eat 2 always, and even if I just get a Thunder Wave off on that Pokemon, I'm feeling pretty solid about it. Just a good Pokemon here. It also is good against the Raikou if they want to try to like discharge spam or T-Bolt, Scald, try to get some paras or burns. We're never going to get paralyzed by that Pokemon. We have a Punching Glove Iron Hands here. Punching Glove makes it so that Thunder Punch is a decent roll in our favor to knock out Palafin in one shot. Also makes Drain Punch really strong versus their entire team, as their only real switch-in is the Drifblim. They also have Terra Ghost on Colossal if they end up bringing that, but everything else on their team really doesn't want to take the hit. Sylveon, if it switches in, it can't really take Heavy Slam, especially if there's some chip on that Pokemon, and same with the Arboliva, even if it's Terra Fairy. If it's Terra Poison, it's a little bit different, but Thunder Punch should be able to hit it really hard anyways. But we have a lot of speed investment, just trying to speed creep their team. I should be able to outrun the Sylveon, and, you know, even if they have a little bit of speed on that Pokemon, I should be able to outrun it. So looking really solid, and I have a Volt Switch. So it's a slow Volt Switch versus a lot of things on their team, but it also just, you know, gains me momentum if they ever want to switch out. We also, to finalize the team, have a Chople Berry Kingambit. This Pokemon really likes to run the Chople Berry just so it doesn't die to like a Low Kick or a Body Press from the Weavile or Iron Treads respectively. Besides that, they don't have too much fighting coverage on their team. I guess like close combat potentially on Palafin or Sphere on Latios, which we might force them into that coverage just having Kingambit on the team. But Sucker Punch, Low Kick, Kowtow Cleave, and Iron Head just looks really solid here. Low Kick is basically for the Iron Treads to get a lot of damage off on that Pokemon, but it also one-shots the Weavile. I think Iron Head would do the same thing, but it might be a better click depending on what we need to see. Sucker Punch can be really good if we need a click in endgame, but I'm fine throwing away this Pokemon. It's a very bulky Pokemon anyways, so if I just have to click Kowtow Cleave or Low Kick or Iron Head, whatever, I'm not going to need to play those 50-50s unless I really need to. But that's going to be it for our team. Hopefully we're going to be able to take on Steve SBU. They have a really, really great channel. Go check them out for sure, and I love their content. I'm really looking forward to seeing their side of the battle, so you guys better check it out too. But watch mine first. Let's get this dub. Yo, what's going on? We are here against Steve SBU. Make sure you guys go check them out. They did bring a lot of stuff that I was scared about, including that Palafin. Obviously makes a lot of sense into me. They have the Weavile. They have a lot of interesting stuff. The Colossal is here, which does make a lot of sense into me, and the Treads. They have both Spinners, and that is their Terra Captain. So I'm assuming... Actually, I don't really know what kind of Terra that thing wants to be. Maybe Ghost to try to spin block versus me. Kind of good against Avalugg, I guess, could make a lot of sense. And they do have the Revavroom as well, which is annoying. They knew that I like to run Boots last week. They also watched my battle, so I'm not running Boots this week, which is kind of fun. I think Iron Hands is just really good versus them. Being able to click Drain Punch basically for free versus their team, unless they lead Colossal. I guess if they do lead Colossal, it's a little bit tough. But I think I'm going to lead with the Iron Hands anyways. But good luck, have fun to them. Make sure you guys check out their channel. I will try to link it in the description. Really, really love their content. I've been watching it for a while. Even when they made like Draft League for Dummies stuff. That was really fun to see. Now they're doing some Wi-Fi. So yeah, good luck, have fun to them. Hopefully we can beat them though. So they're going to lead with the Cole. Okay. So they get a good lead off the bat. We are pretty fast though, so I could probably go for Volt Switch. If they're max speed for some reason, then we still outspeed them. So I think we're fine to just Volt Switch out here. Probably see Terra Ghost come out. So if they're Terra Ghost plus Will-O-Wisp, that makes a ton of sense for walling me out. Yep, Terra Ghost. Terra Ghost makes so much sense. We're just going to get a nice little Volt Switch off here. Does about nothing. I need a better preview of this so I can see their health better. I mean, they're just going to click Will-O-Wisp here, I'm sure. So either Torn or Screamtail are my good switches. I think Screamtail is probably the best. Probably. Do I care about it getting... I don't know. Maybe Torn, though. Because we do just regen our health back up very easily. They could also miss, which would be nice for me. As they're going to Iron Defense off the bat. That's a little bit surprising. +2 defense already. Okay. Against my Tornadus.
I mean, Bleak Wind should do a decent chunk unless they're fully specially bulky. I could knock, but I'm a little bit worried about them being weakness policy on this Pokemon, if I'm going to be completely honest. But if they wanted to go for like a Power Gem sort of thing, I'm fine with that. I kind of want to just go for Bleak Wind here, get a little bit of chip. We do hit. And we do a lot with a huge crit. Sorry about that. And they're going to be Meteor Beam. Okay, so I should have clicked knockoff there. Meteor Beam. So that's going to do like 70-ish%. It's going to do quite a lot of damage to me. We just get straight up knocked out. That's crazy. Okay, they're max attack. If they're max attack, that was a dirty roll. So probably modest. Man, if I had just clicked knockoff that turn, it would have been such a good spot. But I think I can go Gambit. And just click Kowtow versus them. They're +2. We have one ally fainted. I think it should be enough. Hopefully it'll be enough at this point. That's a rough start for me. It probably won't be enough. I don't know, it might be. If they're not like max Fizz Def, which they can't be. Yeah, we just knock them out. Okay. That's good. The crit helped us out there, but also, like, depending on their spread, it was a crazy roll onto Torn. Even if they're max modest, it was actually like a 50-50 since I'm assault vested. We get the Coal out of the way, which is fine. It was a big threat. So they go out to the Dawn, or why do I call this Dawn Fan? It's not. We got to Iron Treads. Their booster speed. Booster into their speed. Versus my Kingambit. Low Kick does a ton to this Pokemon. And we never die to anything because we're Chople. Earthquake, we always live. Earth Power. How about that? Earth Power, if they're timid. 252. Yeah, we always live. We're just going to Low Kick. As they're going to knock off my Chople. That's fine by me. This Low Kick is going to do a ton. Yep, almost just straight up knocks it out. And Sucker Punch makes a lot of sense here. It's like a 50-50. Do I Sucker? Do they switch or do something like that? I think I'm just going to Kowtow. Yeah, they're going to withdraw. So good for me. Probably Palafin actually makes a lot of sense here. But it could be like Revavroom or something. It is Revavroom. Revavroom. That took 50%. That's a lot of damage. And their red card. Okay. Red card makes a lot of sense. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully something good. Hands. Totally fine with that. Iron Hands comes out and we have free Drain Punch. Revavroom will easily die. They don't actually have any switch into this at all. So I'm just going to Drain Punch. They're going to Parting Shot. So we'll be at -1. I really thought about being Clear Amulet on this Pokemon, but I didn't. Still, Drain Punch, I mean, I basically... What are they going to go to? I mean, they gave up their Iron Hands answer. Thunderclap, that's the Raikou. Which makes sense. I feel like this thing could be a sub-variant, as they take absolutely nothing. They're max Fizz Def. They are max Fizz Def. That's crazy. Since when do you see max Fizz Def? Alright, we're just going to go out to Screamtail, because if they sub, we can Encore them. Because I don't think they can be max speed, based on how much that did. They could be. They do sub. So are they faster than my Screamtail? Maybe. We are not that much speed. But no matter what, if they like Calm Mind here or something, then still, Encore is still good. We'll see if they have that much speed investment, because I think they have to be bold. Yeah, okay. So there's locked into Substitute, which is fine for me. So we got them stuck. And we just lock this thing out. They can't do anything. I can freely just click Dazzling Gleam or even switch. Hands is a fine switch into them. I also think Ogerpon is quite solid. We're going to go hard Ogerpon. I don't think that they ever would want to go into Weavile here. Even if they do, it's not the end of the world. We'll go Ogre. As they're going to withdraw, I think this is going to be the Treads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, that might be Revavroom. It is. They're not Choice Scarf, though. So we Stomping Tantrum. And this should take him out. Perfect. Nice KO for Ogerpon right there. And if we see Weavile come out, I can't let it SD. Weavile, Triple Axle destroys me. Even through it. What do I do here? I guess I have Avalugg. I'm not too worried. If they Axle here, we're in a good spot. How much does Low Kick do? Low Kick to Avalugg. Low Kick does absolutely nothing. Let me just every time go Avalugg here. And Body Press is very good into their team now. They don't have a good switch at all. As they're just going to knock off the helmet. They did 80 damage, just under. So they're not banded or anything. Did we see Life Orb come out from them? I don't remember. I mean, Body Press basically just gets a knockout, though. There's no need for me to even click Terra here. None at all. If they want a Low Kick, that's fine, but we're just going to get a free Body Press. On Dyson. Yeah, this Pokemon dies. Goodbye, Treads. No need for me to Terra yet. And they don't even give me a reason to Terra at all. I want to resist the Triple Axle. Prostate Exam is crazy. Palafin comes in. I mean, we just get another free Body Press, don't we? Okay, if they want to go Raikou, who's Max Fizdef, substitute. Body Press actually just breaks sub anyways. We're going to go for it. We might as well. This probably is going to be Raikou. Yeah. This is totally fine. We're just going to get a lot of damage. We should break sub every single time. Against this guy, Max Defense Bold, break sub. T-Bolt does a lot to me, for sure. But I think we're okay. As they're going to Scald. Does a good chunk as well. And they do get the burn. So burn is going to make this do very little. That's a lucky burn. But I think it's okay. I don't think we care that much. I can just go Scream Tail here, I think. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just gone hard Scream Tail anyways. But we have it. It's good versus the rest of their team. If they want to sub here, then, I mean, we just Encore them. Let's say T-Bolt. Does absolutely nothing. That did 0. And they have 3 Mons left. It's a Weavile, Palafin, and Raikou. We just D-Gleam. Like, we do a good chunk to them. They're going to T-Bolt my face. That's totally fine. I think I can Wish as well. If they're Rest, it's an issue, but it's not really. I think we just Wish here. They probably just stay in T-Bolt. If they Volt Switch, it's a good play, but I don't know if they're going to have the rooms for that. So I think they're probably CM. And then it's going to take 2 Dazzling Gleams to knock them out from this range. Should always knock them out with 2 D-Gleams, though. D-Gleam comes off here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure after lefties, they'll die. Screamtail, it looks like we do 15 or 16 and 19% to max HP. They might be just out. Are they? No, it looks like they're well within range. We'll see if we actually knock him out here, though. That would be best case. Ah, they live on 1. They live on 1. What about Weavile versus this Pokemon? Do they knock me out with Axel? Yes, they do. I always have hands, though. I'm just going to Degleam. I'm going to knock him out. 186. Triple Axel from Weavile always knocks me out. But I think I always click Thunder Wave versus that guy. It's going to be the Knife Hands. I don't think this Pokemon's going to be sub. I just don't think so. As they're going to knock off. Yeah, that's great. We live. Knock off the Covert Cloak so we could have never gotten parried. Or, yeah, never parried. And that's great for us. This Pokemon is now slow. And do I send up a Wish? I can heal up my Avalugg. But Avalugg now doesn't really beat Palafin. It's up to hands, I think. So we're just going to Degleam. They'll Shard. That's fine. They will click Shard. I think we just go hands. Paralyzed. They will still outspeed me with Weavile, but we get a nice Drain Punch off. No matter what, we should basically just recover up to full. So we'll Drain here. If they get the Triple Axle off, it'll do a good chunk. They're going to Low Kick. Okay. That doesn't really do that much to me. And Weavile goes down. Big hands coming in clutch. Going to be basically full health, right? Yeah. And then Palafin Hero. If they're Choice Banded, I think we're totally fine here. Thunder Punch is a roll to take them out in one shot. And they can never kill me at all. Like, Wave Crash doesn't even knock me out here. And then they would die to Recoil. So we're Punching Glove here. They're going to bulk up in my face. I mean, that's fine. They're still taking over... Like, they're taking 60% plus if they're no HP. Yeah. And we get the Para. Wow. Yeah, Paralyzed, we outspeed this thing. And even at +1 defense, we'll be able to knock it out now. I don't think there was any merit for them in this game anyways. I think hands just always clean it up. Just because we're so dang bulky. But now we're just faster than them. And they get the full para on the Jet Punch. That would have done 40%, like 45 max. So we were totally fine here. And then in the back, I had the Yachi Berry Ogerpon, which would have been able to beat them as well. So great game to Steve. A little bit unlucky for them with the hacks, with the crit early on and that para. But overall, it didn't matter too much. I still feel like I was in a pretty good spot. And we come up with a 4-0 W. Not quite as long as the video last week. Thank goodness, because that one was crazy. But still, really happy with how I played. Show that I don't have to actually run boots every week, because I did not run boots at all this week. And beat them with my not really hyper offense, but some more bulky offense. But great game. Make sure you guys go check them out. Their link should be in the description if I don't forget it. But it's Steve SBU. But yeah, that's going to be about it for me. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.